Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, welcome to the next episode of The 100. Last week we watched Remember Me, which was the fallout of Finn's death. And it was sad and crazy, as every episode of the show is. It was just full of shocks. It was nice to see the fallout of Finn's death, because I know some shows can kill off a big character and then they just move on very quickly, and I didn't think this show was like that, but he did deserve some sort of coda to his story almost, because he was such a big character. And whilst it's sad to see him go, it obviously, like I've said multiple times now, I couldn't see a way out of it, and it was nice to see that people were dealing with it in different ways. Clark was feeling very guilty, understandably, and scrubbing the blood off her hands was quite emotional. Raven was dealing with it through anger, because that's how Raven's becoming nowadays. And everyone else seemed upset, but dealing with it pretty well. And then there was a whole storyline about making a truce with the grounders and the poisoning, which I'm so glad it was not Raven. It turned out to be one of their own, which was understandable. But yeah, it was an interesting episode actually, and it seems like at this point we're up to now that they've made a truce, they've agreed to go against the Mountain Men, and now they've just got to get there. But they're going to send someone in, I think Bellamy in, to be like an inside man, because they need to shut off their defences, like the fog. This episode is called Survival of the Fittest. I presume it's going to focus on trying to get Bellamy into Mount Weather, potentially, but also potentially people dying in Mount Weather, because they've now captured Harper and they've captured Monty. Maybe they're going to capture more people, maybe some of them are going to die. Survival of the Fittest normally means that someone's going to lose, so whether it's going to be someone lose by dying, or I don't know. I just, every guesses that I normally try and guess for the show are always way off, so let's jump into it. If you're interested in watching the full-length reaction to this episode, as well as the next couple of episodes, there's a link down to my Patreon down below where you'll be able to access that. And also, if you enjoy this video, please subscribe to my channel and let me know down below what you think. Well, we've still got about 6-7 episodes left, but we're in the latter half of Series 2 now. Just what you're thinking of this reaction series, and if you want to see me move forward to Series 3 and beyond. Whoa. Poor stag.
So we make it to the intake door without any of the real Reapers seeing us. What happens then? I kill everyone, and you slip inside.
Oh, because I think he's a Reaper, don't they?
You're good for her. You made her strong.
Yeah. She was already strong. Oh, hey. She was already strong, to be fair. She was very powerful, I guess.
Something. You protected my sister before you even knew her. Why?
When I was a boy, I saw a ship fall from the sky, like ravens. The man inside was hurt, his body broken. Couldn't get him out.
Suicide by Earth. I heard the stories in the guard. I just didn't know they were true.
I brought him food, water. I didn't speak the enemy's language yet, so I couldn't understand him, but I wanted to. So on the third day, I told my father. He made me kill him.
I was gonna say, I thought...
He's been trying to turn me into a monster for as long as I can remember.
Oh.
Let's keep moving.
I'm glad that Lincoln's back to normal now. I'm not a Reaper anymore.
No need. Thought we'd start with a reception, then move on to training. We have a lot to learn from each other.
That'd be cool if they can all learn to fight like grounders.
Weapons there, please. Only our guards around here.
It's a mistake.
I convinced Abby to release you. Don't make me regret that.
It's gonna be weird for the grounders to see all this metal and lights. Would be unusual to them, I suppose.
Whether we lose and Mount Weather kills us all, or we win, and how do your friends do?
We just need to make them see that it's in their interest to share.
So they've said they work together to stop that weather. Pretty much sure that's all they've agreed to. Or at least to make a truce. It's definitely not happy ever after. Also, remember in the last episode, someone mentioned an ice kingdom with a queen. I want to see that place. I hope we get to see that at some point.
You got a problem?
You saw them sit round there and I am up time I staggered it don't get flushed clean.
I'm sorry, man. I don't speak grounder.
Oh god.
Mr. Murphy.
Hey, Murphy did not start that.
Apologize to that man.
For what? He was the one who came in me.
2 days work detail.
Work detail just told you I didn't do it.
I get you trying to make a point, but the other guy started that.
You're gonna burn just like your friend.
I mean, Murphy should have done better than not responding to that. But he didn't start it. I feel like I'm always defending Murphy and I don't mean to. Oh lord. Well, the truce lasted 10 minutes.
Our inside man can shut that down.
If he gets inside,
What
He
if we shut
will.
it down from the outside?
I wish I got a makeup on.
You say the dam gives them power? Let's take that away. That dam withstood a nuclear war, Commander. I highly...
all she offers
Calm your shit.
no.
Quint.
She's trying to help.
Apologies,
Quint.
Commander.
If you can't get to your enemy, you can't win.
You are the enemy.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
if I've
she's
done
trying to
something
help
offend you.
boys and girls. What is going on?
Yes, you burned my brother alive in a ring of fire.
To be fair, it was a war.
He shouldn't have attacked my ship.
You're very brave under the commander's protection, aren't you?
I hope we're not going to keep retreading all ground with this guy doesn't approve, and then something happens and either approves or he dies. Then someone else turns up like, I don't approve of this alliance. Like we had that storyline last episode. We're already retreading all ground again this time. Is that Quint? Why is he following her? Shit. What? They're trying to kill her now? This commander really needs to get control of her people. I mean, swear to God.
We're supposed to train together. Right?
Only warriors train here.
I thought you respected her.
I saved your life.
Yeah.
I'm saving yours. Yo, stop!
Bird! Thank God. Quinn!
Oh God.
Would you like to try? I could teach you. Your enemy has guns. So should you.
Grounded with the guns sounds like a really scary
Chill you down!
thing.
You're clean, no better.
It's all right. I offered.
We don't need your weapons.
And that 1 minute they're like friendly, the next minute they're trying to kill each other, and then there's. I thought it was real. Okay. Shit. Bye, Ben. But yeah. I hope he dies.
Jumping up by you, jump by up.
Like,
Where's your guard? He killed her.
And stay speech.
it is kind of what I expected last time, was that they're not listening to the commander as much because they think this alliance is her weakness, whereas Clark is now becoming this. What the hell's that noise?
Oh no.
Who? What? Oh my God, what's that noise? Is it like a tiger? Oh my God. A bloody King Kong. Oh God. Oh. Jump. Like, it makes sense that there would still be wildlife down here that are very aggressive. Ooh, did she break a leg? What arm?
Nobody's son. You made sure of that.
Weirdly, there's something about Monty. No, Murphy.
Yeah, right.
That I find quite attractive, and I don't know why.
Alex Murphy.
12-year-old girl stabbed him in the neck with the knife she took from me.
Truth?
Why would she do that?
She couldn't kill you.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of blood on your hands, Chancellor. And every single one of them, including your son, would still be alive if you hadn't sent us down here.
If I didn't send you, they would have died on the Ark with the rest of us.
Yeah, I think he did the right thing. Maybe the plan was a bit odd, but they had to send someone down because the Ark was failing. They would have just died if they stayed as they were. They could have done things a little bit better. Maybe not sent criminals down.
Time for one more?
Step aside, Sky Girl. We're hungry.
Make me.
God. Come on, Octavia, kick his bloody ass into the ground.
Stop this.
Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Come on. I think maybe even the fact that she's still getting up is a sign. Oh. God. I really wanted to win that fight, but she's obviously not ready yet.
You wanna know why I saved you? Because I need you. God forbid one of your generals becomes commander. You may be heartless, Lexa, but at least you're smart.
Yeah. Go, 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 go. Run. Move. You got a giant fucking ape chimpanzee thing coming after you.
Because you did not give up.
Exactly.
Strength of spirit like that is rare. It must be guided.
But I thought she would like welcome to her last time when she saved her life and stuff.
Do you know what a warrior's
Buff
second
slave.
is?
An apprentice.
I can make you a great warrior, Octavia of the Sky People, if you're willing to do what it takes to become my second.
Ooh.
What's in it for you?
First lesson, never question me.
I'm in.
Good. We'll start tomorrow.
Very nice. That's interesting storyline.
There's a place for all of us. When I first landed on Earth, I met a woman who spoke of a place beyond the dead zone.
Oh yeah.
A place where everyone is accepted.
Like a utopia
A
salvation.
city of light.
City of Light, that was it.
Sounds like a fairy tale.
Or a second chance.
You don't even know if it's real.
You're right, I don't, but I believe.
Okay.
I need you to be my eyes and ears.
Don't do it, Octavia. Don't do it, Octavia.
To look out for your people.
I mean that it makes sense. Good. But don't work for Kane because he's not good.
You want to stop being treated like a criminal, then you have to stop thinking that that's all you are. Take this leap of faith with me, John. And let me show you there's so much more for you.
I like Murphy, but I don't like Chaha, so I'm conflicted about how I feel. I feel like he'll go because he's obviously not respected at the camp and whatnot. And they just, like, Raven tried to give him up for the murder and all this stuff, so what choice does he really have?
I think I know how to take Mount Weather.
With a monkey?
We've been trying to get inside, but they've already let us in. What are you talking about? Your army is already there, locked in cages. We just need someone on the inside
To
let
free
them out.
them. But they'll all be weak though, won't they?
Harvest. Harvest.
Oh, hello Bellamy. What? Oh shit. Not again. At least they know they can get him out of this if they need to. Well, they will need to. Like, we know that they can get over this drug. I mean, I want to see Bellamy in his underwear again, but not in this circumstances. But at least he's in. At least he's in. Oh, God. So yeah, at least Bellamy's now inside Mount Weather. I mean, it's sad to see Lincoln have to go through, basically turn into a Reaper again, but I'm kind of not worried about it too much because we do know that they can get him over that. There is a way past the drugs. They could just do what they did last time and capture him somewhere and let him go through the withdrawal and whatnot. So he can get over that. So I'm hoping that that's not going to be too much of a problem. I hope. But yeah, Bellamy's inside Mount Weather. I don't know how Clark and I expect to get the news to him because they said what we need to do is basically release all the grounders from the cages. So there's an army inside, and then they can obviously get the army from outside in there through some sort of plan and whatnot. How are they going to get that message to Bellamy to release the grounders? Whether he's going to come up with the information himself, I don't know. But maybe they can find a way to get messages in. I'm not 100% sure on that. It's a bit unclear to me, but I'm stupid. Yeah, I don't know what it is about this episode that I didn't love as much. I think, whilst I understand that two different clans are going to struggle to make peace and make a truce, and it's not going to be smooth sailing, it's been a few episodes now where they've been trying to make this truce, and we needed Finn, so they gave up Finn in the last episode. They tried to kill the commander from inside, and Gustus and whatnot. So it's like, it felt like they were just kind of retreading old ground with, there's a group of people who don't like the truce and are going to do something to stop it. And whilst I get it, it makes sense, as a storytelling, like a narrative point of view, maybe they should have let that one slide for a little bit to work on the ground, the attacks and the training and whatnot, and then maybe in a couple episodes' time retread that storyline, because whilst doing it now makes sense in that people are trying to stop it before it gets too deep. I get that. It just feels a bit too similar to what happened last episode. I mean, luckily it didn't last the whole episode, and those people got killed, so that was good. But yeah, that bloody monkey, that was great. I loved that because it was just something very different for the show that we've not seen, and that's what I like about the show, is that they tend to change things up quite a lot. So whether it was series 1, when at the end of it we're now in this clinical environment, and I'm pretty sure in the very first episode there was some sort of monster in the lake, in the river or whatever, that attacked them. But we've not seen anything about that since, and that was why I was really excited when we could hear something in the trees. I'm like, oh god, it's going down a lost route, there's a monster that's moving all these trees that we can't see what it is. And then when we saw it, I actually quite liked that it was just a monkey, because it kind of makes sense that there's going to be animals that have survived this long. There's going to be radiation that may be passed down if they have children, and there's going to be animals that are hostile or mutated. And so it's exciting to see that, because they've not really touched on that much, minus that first episode. And I think that is quite an important part of like a nuclear fallout that hasn't really been talked about. And I actually really enjoyed it. It felt a little silly, don't get me wrong, like basically escaping from this wild animal, but I really liked it. It was like a new threat. It was a new thing to watch. It was just a different kind of threat. I liked it. I thought it was cool. I'm intrigued to see what animals or creatures, whatever, in the future they bring out. I'm hoping they do touch on these things again, because it is a very real part of, like atomic bombs or nuclear bombs or whatever, that animals are affected by that, and there's still going to be animals that have survived, and I hope they touch on these things more often, because I think it's very exciting, because it's not something you can, they're not people you can talk to. They're very animalistic and primal, and I just enjoy it. It felt like a bit more like a creature feature movie. I thought it was fun. Speaking of things that I knew they're hopefully going to bring into the show, Murphy and Jahar are on their way to the City of Light, which is exciting. I don't like Jahar this season. I liked him at the beginning when he was still on the ship. I still feel like he should have died at the end of Series 1. I thought that would have been a really strong end to his character. But obviously they brought him back. And I liked his first few episodes, how he was going. But just like the last few, I've just not really been on board with it. I've not really liked what his character's been like. I've not been able to support him, or again, I understand it. I don't like it. But going to the City of Light could be interesting, and the kind of similarities between him and Murphy, I get. And now hopefully going to meet this new group of people. Like I say, I think it's going to be somewhere that's not touched by the bombs. Maybe it's somewhere that's lasted and survived throughout. So maybe a place that's very similar to what we know as Earth. Possibly, maybe. But on top of that, I do still want to see, I think it was Lexa mentioned the Ice Kingdom, the Iceland, with a queen there. I want to see that place as well. That could be awesome. Because I think it'd be like a very interesting visual difference from what we've seen. We've seen deserts, we've seen space, we've seen muddy forests. So have like an ice kingdom could be cool. That's why I think a City of Light's got to be very different visually, or else it'd be more of the same. And I don't think they're going to go down that route. It was a good choice in some ways not to have Matt Weather in this episode because it made the ending more effective. Again, I was waiting to see Bellamy without his clothes on. But it was just a shame that you have to do it in that environment. He's a good looking guy. I mean, he's not had as much to do this season. Last season he was quite a main character, and I didn't love his character much, but he had some good moments. This season he's not really had a lot to really do. And it's a shame, really. So I'm hoping that this storyline is going to bring him more to the forefront, and they're going to give him more importance, because he's mostly just been in the background a lot this series, in part of a group as they go out for missions and stuff. He's not really had a lot to really make an impact, you know? And that's a shame, because he's a good character. I might not like what he does at times. He's a good character and he's a good looking guy. So for me, that's obviously something very important for the show. Because Finn's now dead. I've got Lincoln and Bellamy to go off. And even Murphy, like, I'm surprised. Like in Murphy in Series 1, I just wasn't really into his character. I just didn't really fancy him or anything like that. I just didn't think about him in that way. But this season, there's something about him that I'm like, okay, I see it. I am excited to see Bellamy in the Matt Weather, because it's interesting trying to see him move forward with his plans to get these fog lifted and whatnot. I think that could lead to some really interesting stuff, especially now that we've got all these people around Matt Weather. We've got the group that are trying to stay safe, like Jasper and whatnot. We've got and Miller. We've got Monty that's now trapped with Harper. We've got Bellamy that's trying to get in there to release things. There's so many different groups of people all coming towards the same location, which is really, really exciting. But yeah, I think that's the main things I wanted to talk about. Excited to see Octavia become like second in command with the warrior. I didn't like that fight scene because it was just clear that Octavia was just not ready. And I was hoping that she'd like exploit a weakness, she'd find a way around it. They have these fighting styles, she has another, and that she would like turn it on them somehow and that she would win. But unfortunately that didn't happen. But it was still exciting to watch, and I'm excited to see how her training goes with Indra. But yeah, I think that's the main things I want to talk about. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know down below what you thought. And let me know what you think of the episode. Did you enjoy it? As always, my name is Scott. Hope you're well. Take care of yourselves and stay safe. If you enjoyed it, please let me know down below what you thought in the comments. And subscribe to my channel for the rest of Season 2. If I've missed anything, let me know. And I'll make some comments down below about my thoughts and things. Because I think a lot happened in this episode. So, as always, I'm going to miss something. Thanks for watching. Take care. And I'll see you all in the next episode of 100 next week. Bye guys. See you soon.